Hello and welcome, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, before we jump into the action, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. It helps our community to continue to grow, and it helps you to follow along what is going on inside of our campaign. In addition to that, if you want to support us other ways, you can join us here on our channel, become an official member, an NPC lover, where you get to get some really cool emotes, and that's really the only perk as. Or you can join our Patreon, which gets you into our Discord server, where you'll be able to join in on some of the one-shots, inquire about all of the campaigns, learn from many of the story notes from the older campaigns as well, and last but certainly not least, join our waiting list to join any of our games. But I believe that's going to be everything from me, so let's get into the action. Okay. Raina, I believe? Yeah. Tell us what happened last session.
It's me. We had just killed the elemental dragon, and so we decide to take it back with us and make an augment. And we make our way back to Morian. And once we get there, we realize that they have doubled the size of the wall that guards the city. So they are definitely taking precautions about this. We meet with General Kuto, and he escorts us to his operational headquarters. And in the middle of this, we meet with the Archmage, and I just had his name.
Flamboyant guy, right?
Yes.
I know the voice. I don't know the name. McCaffman? No. What's his name? It's Campaign 1 guys. What was his name?
The salesperson. Marquise.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy.
No, we weren't. I'm not there yet. So we talk with Marquise, and he tries to get us to work for him instead. He wants us to try to capture these elementals. He even talked about trying to find an egg and raise it and let it go, like all this other nonsense, according to Raina. And so we take a vote on who we would like to work with, and we pretty much decided that we're going with the general, and that is, we're just gonna kill him. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna find him and we're gonna kill him. And we strike a deal with him that we're doing tasks for him, and if each one's gonna be 1,000 gold return per task, or if it happens to include a dragon, we're getting 1,500 for hazard pay. And we also learned that if we fuck them over in any way, as in we intentionally tried to sabotage or anything like that, we get 5 years in jail, to which Moose was like, well, that's the end of my life. So we do get paid for our work with the water elemental dragon. And then we do a little shopping. On the way, we go to, from there, we learned that there had been a spotting of a elemental dragon in the area around Arena. And so we head that way. To get a better view of the surrounding area, Raina and Casimir both climb up this wall that you weren't allowed to use any sort of magic or anything like that as a challenge, of course, being around the arena. And getting up wasn't a problem for Raina, but getting down was. And she ended up tripping over the side, and Sebastian thankfully was there to help catch her. So she didn't die, which was great. So we head to the arena, and we meet with both the butler and the guy in charge of the arena, whose name is Sump McHaffman. He's a worshiper of both Imperial and Ares, and gives us some information on the hatching of this elemental dragon. And he has some of the eggshell and stuff that came out of the tree. And we realize that it's a brown dragon elemental. Maybe brown dragon itself, which is the same as what Vascarvan is. So, not excited to hear about that. We are on the verge of going into the arena to investigate the tree itself, and we've also identified an area where the elemental dragon itself may be hiding.
Yeah. So, after you all leave Sir McHalfman's lovely little office, immediately stepping into the arena yet again, feeling the strong, playful atmosphere of everybody who comes here, and just for a environmental feel, have any of you ever been to an American football game? Oh, I'm sorry, or a correct football game for the rest of the world. It's that type of energy in the arena. So, you have the manservant walk with you all. So, I believe you all wish to, look at the tree, correct?
Yes.
Well, as long as we don't have to
Wonderful.
go into the pit to do it,
Well, you do. It's in the pit.
well, then people will try to kill us.
Only if they want to. Why? Do you have enemies, sir? His eyes, look very intrigued when he says that.
No.
Roll a deception check, Sebastian.
Deception. I don't have enemies. I've killed all my enemies.
Not all of them. There are still some pirates alive.
Yeah, I know. Deception.
I don't have enemies.
Not here that I know of.
Exactly.
Aren't they summoned, though?
14. They could be. Okay. Right. Anyways, well, if none of you wish to go in there, you can't really look at it more closely,
Well,
so...
I mean, do we have to go in one at a time, or can we all go in at once?
I mean, you all can go in there just to investigate. Welcome back. Just, if somebody
Alright.
challenges one of you, the rest of you have to leave.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we got to meet the challenges as a group or not.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Challenges in the arena are always one-on-one.
I could go in there.
Yeah, but if you're challenged, you don't have to accept, right?
No, you do. If you're in the arena and you're challenged in the arena, you have to accept.
God damn.
Yes.
I-
It's the way of Ares.
Fucking tree.
Moose is just gonna walk in.
So you walk
Raina-
past the crowds of people.
Raina's gonna take a second and be like, "Mom, tell Ares fuck you for me," and just goes in with Moose.
Yep.
Trivial's following behind.
Out
Wow.
of character. Moose. Out of character. Moose turns to Raina. I challenge you. Fuck, I've been playing the long game.
I want all of your monies.
This
All
is what you get for
10
selling that
gold.
cloak.
But yeah.
I
So
guess I'll
the three
go
of
in
you.
too.
Ooh.
I'm the only other
four of
person
you.
standing here, so
Oh,
go
Casimir's
ahead.
here too.
Oh, that's true.
Casimir. Alrighty then. So, you all walk into this large, very loud stadium, and as you all get in there, you look up where in the bleachers there's people just sitting around, hanging out, playing cards, relaxing. And they all immediately become very intrigued with who just stepped into the arena, and they start looking around and seeing if they notice any of you.
A
So-
farmer comes up. That's the bastard that ate my crops.
A Chihuahua person.
No, not those guys again.
So, anyways, nobody immediately challenges you guys, though. But as you all are now inside of here and walking forward, you see that there is a massive tree, much in the same way as that previous draconic tree that you saw sitting there, but its limbs seem to be slacking towards the ground, and the scaly bits around its core all seem to have drifted off, leaving a barren, almost eggshell-looking hollow trunk. Cure wounds on the tree.
That's on myself.
Oh,
Some-
you're hurt?
I'm still fucked up from catching Reyna, and I'm like standing in this fucking place. So
Yep. That's fair. That's fair.
that's the 15 I need.
By the way,
Nice.
Trivial, you're full healed. You guys long rested since the last time you played.
Cool.
And also,
Okay.
are you at everybody else's level? What level are you on?
9. We haven't
9.
leveled up yet.
Okay, good. 9.
Uh,
So,
out of distance, Jero.
yeah.
Do I see any like obvious signs of life within the tree?
Roll me an insight check.
I'm alright at those. See? Just barely okay.
It looks like a tree.
I've never trusted you before.
So yeah, you're all about 40 feet or so away from the tree.
What's the... Is this a sand pit? Or is this like gravel? Are there rocks?
It's all gravel, 100% gravel.
Damn.
Sand
Scrape your knee
softens the
somewhere.
blow. Yeah. You're gonna go. You got to go hard.
Yeah, not hardcore unless you die hardcore.
Casimir will go off sparkling, knowing what's about to happen.
It's probably gonna happen.
What's
This
the
fucking
command
tree.
word? What's the command word for it?
Oh, I need a command word for it. Oh.
Hell yeah! It's a magic item. It's an action.
I call it sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Just say Edward.
Do you know what? Sure, Edward. There you go.
I was
So
just about
as
to say,
he's-
get out of my head.
As he says Edward, you all watch as a dazzling display of sparkles start emanating within a 10-foot radius around Casimir. And all of you gain 4 temporary hit points. And this lasts for 1 minute. Dazzle. Anyways, are you walking up there?
Mm-hmm.
As you approach over towards the tree, it does not seem to react.
Didn't react the last time either. But motherfuckers climb on it before it started hitting them.
I am holding it a hand axe just to make it personal.
Trivial, you can say it out loud. It's fine. Interrupt them.
Fine. Casimir, go climb that one.
Do I see an egg in it?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, Jesus. Better not be another fucking egg in this thing.
You do not. But you're not positive.
I'm not climbing this one. It hurt last time.
Pussy.
I know. You go climb it then.
Does it
I don't
appear
know.
to be the same kind of tree? Like, I mean, the other one was a fire tree.
Roll me
Is
a
this one
nature
like
check.
dirt or something? Nature. All right.
You go over towards the trunk. It's solid. It's pretty damn solid. And then you lift up one of the scaly bits of bark, and it slices through your palm with ease. It's not hot, though.
Damn. Back away. It's some kind of crazy fucking dragon tree. What did we do the last time to make the other one start to try to kill us?
I look at Casimir. Somebody, could somebody stand next to me? I want to try something. As I'm going to walk over to the tree, probably just to where Sebastian is.
I'll stand next to him.
I'm gonna like. I'm gonna try and take out some tweezers from my Tinker's kit. I'm gonna see if I can't like dislodge a couple of like bladed bark.
The bladed bark is lying around the ground right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, didn't catch that.
Yeah, it looks like a hollowed out version of itself, with all of the bladed bark lying across the ground, or the scaly bark lying across the ground.
Well, it's scaled, but it's sharper than usual because that sorry, Casimir, not that motherfucker, toning it down, burned himself last time, but didn't cut himself. So, assuming that this is to do with the aspect of it, I'm gonna get like what's the thing made out of? Linen?
Yeah, cloth.
Yeah, cloth. It's made out of some fabric. I don't know. And I'm gonna see if I can't collect them without it destroying the bag.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check. Look at this, guys. Sleight of hand's useful in more things than just stealing. I had a fun conversation with somebody the other day. They're like, dude, the only people who use that are thieves.
I'm gonna give him guidance.
So I have to ask. Thank you. That's a +2.
You have a good, reassuring boot. 22. You easily lift it up. Pinching it on the flat surfaces with the cloth. And where are you putting it?
Oh, I was just picking it up and trying to see if the bag could hold them without it immediately slicing through it.
So you attempt to put it in your bag of holding?
No, the linen cloth bag.
Oh, it immediately cuts through that. Shink.
I'm gonna see if it cuts through leather.
Barely any resistance. The linen was like dropping it through air. The leather, it kind of hesitated and then kept going.
Well, damn.
This seems like a shame.
You all
How
see
big
like
is this thing?
A really old human, like, walking out here with a cane.
Oh no, we got a challenger.
The tree itself is only about like 15 feet, 20 feet tall in total.
I mean, like the scale things. Are they like?
Oh, each section is like a chunk of bark, like this or so.
Similar to an adult dragon scale?
You could make a correlation of that if you would like.
The entire thing is like insanely sharp.
Not the trunk, just the bark-like scales.
I mean, the scale.
And not the sides. Well, not the top.
I was thinking about using this for something, but we can't transport it anywhere.
The old man walks out.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
No worries. Comes over and, like, with his cane, starts scooping or, like, scooting all of the bark into a small area. Don't mind me, I'm just cleaning up.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with those things?
We'll probably make a trap out of them or something. Don't want to fall into that pitfall, huh?
You probably wouldn't. I mean, look what it did to the leather.
He, like, walks directly up to you, picks your hands, and moves it, like, 3 inches from his face. Oh, yeah, that cut right through.
Sir, that's incredibly bad for your back.
So, to be clear, the razor scales are on the ground, not on the tree?
No, they all fell off.
Okay, so the tree is not ouchy.
The tree is currently not ouchy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Trivial will kind of look back at Casimir and be like, whatever. I will attempt to climb the tree.
All right, give me an athletics check.
While that's happening, I'm gonna look at the old man. Sir, how are you planning to transport that?
Well, it cuts through damn near everything else, but, this is old birch. He holds up his, walking stick.
I'm gonna pick one up and, like, hold it like a guitar pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to, like, stab it into the bark of the tree.
Okay. It pierces in there and, like, sticks in there. Like a petal now. Trivial, as you're climbing up the tree, it's a lot more smooth without any of the bits of bark or anything else, and you make it up to the branches, which start about 10 feet or so above you, and then at that point, it's easy enough for you just to swing up and around as you see fit. And, roll me...
Oh, good. I'm much better at acrobatics.
Yeah. You only have to get to the first branch before you can just Tarzan your way up there.
Raina will help her.
Oh, yeah. Then it's easy as shit. All Raina has to do is lift you. Yeah. So, once you're up there, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Look around.
All right. Roll me an
Examine the tree from up here.
Mm.
What am I rolling?
Investigation.
While that's happening, I'm just going to state my thing and then let them go with theirs. Can I take out my masterwork? Yes, masterwork.
Your masterwork? Yes.
I'm getting too childlike, I swear.
It's fine.
No,
look, Wayna! Look, why woo-woo?
God,
Be
no,
very quiet. We're hunting dragons.
don't make me laugh. I am going to explode. Head first, actually, but I'm gonna take my masterwork dagger, and I'm going to, like, start cutting out strips of the bark if I can.
The dagger cannot pierce the bark, but it doesn't break against the bark either.
What about my enchanted sword?
What enchantment is on it?
Well, I think it's
Fire and
cold.
ice.
Yeah.
You have fire and ice on it?
Yep.
You know what?
Just a
Fuck
bunch
it.
of
Roll
stuff.
me a D20.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
There's just a bunch of stuff floating around in the loot, and so he's like, "I'm gonna put these augments in this short sword and just say, whatever."
15.
I'm thinking of, like, giving it to my next character.
The combination of cold and fire cutting into and against it actually does cause it to start, like, slowly crumbling and cut much more easily. Now, you can't really scrap it easily, but you can start, like, sawing into it with this weapon.
I'm just trying to get a long strip of bark.
That you can accomplish with this. We'll give you a 1.5 foot long strip of bark. Good?
And I want to just insert more scales into it. Kind of like... it's kind of like a road spike at this point, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah. Building Dolores. Anyways, Trivial. As you're kind of up top in the tree, looking around, swinging from the branches, you notice on the very top of it seems to be like a smooth top that you couldn't really tell was smooth unless you were up here looking inside. And directly inside of this little 8-inch perfect circle appears to be a small brown scale. And the tree seems to have grown around.
Short of doing this with my finger, I'm gonna take a dagger and just very gently kind of poke at the scale. Not looking to hurt it or anything, I just want to know what it's, I don't know, see what happens.
For science.
Absolutely. Let's science the shit out of
Tink
this.
tink. Is your dagger magical?
It is not.
Tink. Tink, 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 tink. Feels like a very sturdy scale. I mean, you're not like stabbing into it. You're like poking and prodding at it. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Just wonder if you're trying to get sneak attack or something.
No. I just am trying to figure. I just don't want it to end up being like an eyelid and it's gonna freaking open at me. I'll try to get the point of the dagger like around the edges of the scale. See if I can pry it up.
Okay. I'd say give me a thieves tools check. It's kind of the same as like trying to pry an emblem out of a statue. For all of you who have played Resident Evil way too much. Like myself. Good game. 30-20. Yeah, you end up having to like saw through the little bits of the tree that grew over top of it, and eventually you pluck out the entire scale. Trivial, I need you to give me a dex save. Of course. As you pluck it out and hold onto this scale, it's a large, very nice looking scale. Very sturdy, strong. And you start feeling the tree kind of tremble, and each of you down at the base see the tree start to like collapse in on itself and falling into tiny little pieces all over the place. And Trivial, you have to leap out of the tree, grabbing onto a few of the different arms and swinging slowly down before you tumble and roll to safety.
Question.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Is the old man out of harm's way?
Yes.
Okay,
The old
good.
man seems to not even notice as he's sweeping 10 feet away. So yeah. The tree, where once it stood, now is a very tiny little sapling sticking out of the gravel.
Sapperling or sapling?
Sapling.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck's a sapperling?
So is that thing gonna like grow more dragons?
Considering it's another tree, or sapling of a tree, it might just regrow, and if the dragons grow with them, that's...
Raina's gonna bend down, and I'm just gonna try and unearth it.
Oh, make
Pluck
sure
it like
not
a weed.
No problem.
I just... Okay, I was going to say watch out for any scales.
I would think we should maybe take it like with some dirt around it, like repot it almost, and then give it to Liara to have her experiment on it,
Yeah.
see what she can find out.
I do
Hi
need
guys,
a fern.
I'm here.
Okay, here's a
Found-
pot, as he
Found
brings it out
Petal,
of
a
the
new
bag.
friend.
Great. And she has not entered into the arena. She's staying out of here. Because she is being actively hunted, unlike all of you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Be a
Last
bad
thing I want to do
place.
is summon Luna.
So
Ugh.
I
did,
challenge all of you.
Yeah.
So did the tree crumble into like dust, or is it like just?
It like folded and collapsed in on itself, and now it's just this one sap.
Oh, like shrunk.
Yeah, like fall in on itself.
Oh,
Little thing.
I'm just going to hold this makeshift mace.
No.
Spiked mace made out of the wood and scales. I'm just going to like hold it, like the weirdest tiny fighter.
As you move it like at all, the scales start breaking through the wood and falling out. It's too sharp even for the bar.
I mean, Moose, I like the aesthetic. We just might have to get you something else.
Let's go.
You'll never get anywhere in life with that attitude. I'm going to like try and hold some of the scales without actually touching the sides. Kind of like, have you ever held a bunch of plates at the same time?
Yeah.
So like one hand underside, other hand top side. Just
Oh, the smart way. Gotcha.
yes, the smart way.
But where are you gonna put them?
That's the thing. I am holding them until further notice.
Okay, so your hands are spoken for.
Just about.
All right. So you give it to Liara, and Liara puts it inside of the plot thing. What do you put plants in?
Pots.
Pot. Okay, I thought so. For some
Usually
reason, I
made
thought
out
it
of
was
clay.
more. Yeah.
Sometimes, if you're feeling very what's the word? Whatever. Sometimes when you're feeling a certain word, you put it in the plastic one.
So Liara looks at you all. Hey guys, just so you know, I'm not really feeling myself today, so if you want me to do anything, just tell me.
Good thing.
She stands there holding the
here
plot.
is a sapling. See what you can make of it.
Are you still holding on to the scale?
Me, yes.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna stick that in a bag.
Someone like she was designed to do this.
She like lifts up the sapling and like twists and looks at the roots. Ha. No, you can't force somebody's character to do something against what their character would do.
No, I know.
Yeah. But she looks at it and goes, "Huh. That's weird. The roots don't look like they absorb anything. Like there's no entry down there. And she like snaps it, but it doesn't break. This isn't like a normal root.
I don't think anything about it is normal.
Yeah. It's weird. I'll look into it, guys. Don't worry. You can count on me.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, let's get out of here. They said the dragon flew east. How many of those possible locations that you saw from the top of the cliff are in that direction? Raina?
We were... What?
There were 6 locations that you saw at the top of the cliff or whatever.
Yeah.
Which ones were east?
Which ones were east?
3 of the mountains were in the east area.
Okay. So here, here, and that one over there, and she'll point them out.
All right. I guess we'll have to start checking them out then.
Yep. Looks like it.
As you all are walking out of the arena, you see a 1.5 foot tall, full plate male that is black colored individual walking up, and they flip their visor where you see 2 red beady eyes with a furry face.
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm going to say, "Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!"
He looks at you up and down.
I am booking it out of the arena.
Yep, you're out of the arena, and he's just like eyeing you, arms crossed.
In beast speech, I'm going to say, "Hi."
He'll reply in beast speech. Sup?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Don't know. Someone told me they saw a soft paw up in here. We haven't seen any of y'all in a while.
Yes, for very good reasons.
Y'all still hiding?
Yes. Are you still all adventuring out?
Most of us died the first few days. Some of
Well,
our
that's-
ancestors lived. My grandpappy was one of them.
Moose, is there
And
a
to
problem?
everybody else, it's just squeak, 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 back and forth.
That's unfortunate. It's a new world and all.
You here to thwart
So-
my plans?
I have no idea what your plans are.
His eyes narrow at you. I am going to be the very best champion of this arena.
And I believe in you 100%.
Roll me a persuasion. Guy has a flaw.
12.
He gets in your face. What, you think I can't do it? You think I can't take on all of them? And all of you see this tiny mouse going beep, 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 at Moose.
Raina's gonna come up behind Moose and just cross her arms and just flex.
I'm going to look back and then I'm going to say in common just he doesn't care.
I'll
He's
pick you up by
very-
your ears and you won't be able to touch anybody.
What, you think you're better than me? He starts shouting out in common. Why? Why? Because you're like, what, 5 feet tall? You think you're better than me? I'll kick all of your asses. I don't care.
I don't think you
No,
can reach him.
you are messing with my friend. That's why.
He's making fun of me.
I was not.
You were being condescending.
If I Condescending.
Condescension. Yeah.
Condiment, yes.
Yeah.
I did not mean to sound that way. I was trying to be supportive of your dream.
Roll another persuasion. He seems to have an inferiority complex.
Inferiority.
Wow, my brain is
You're
not
getting
working.
way too into character.
Woo! I need
Infu-
caffeine, y'all. 18.
I need a painkiller.
He looks you up and down and like looks at all of y'all. Alright, just know your place. He walks
Yes.
over to the very front of the arena. You don't want to challenge me, bro. You don't want to do that.
Oh, believe me, I really don't. Anyway, I'm just gonna go back to my lovely house, and I'm going to...
Look at the big man with a home.
Who
Just
has this
stands there.
house right now?
I think last session it was Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian, I think.
Yeah. You climb into a bag and he sits there. He's trying to talk down to me like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. My house.
I'm just going to look back at everyone else, like, and I'm just going to tilt my head, like, did that seem normal?
I know a few clerics you could talk to work on all that. The mental health stuff, because I don't think he's quite right.
I think he has a very diverse personality.
Which one?
I don't know. Maybe he's really tough.
He is wearing full plate mail, guys. Just saying.
His arm look better than mine.
I have never belittled him
not.
about. I have never
Oh, it
belittled him
doesn't?
about
I
his.
thought it was super flashy and like fancy.
Oh, it's ornate, but yours is way better. His is just ornate.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say I never belittled his prowess. I'm just stating what I'm thinking.
Well, you have friends here to back you up.
That's nice. He needs some of those. I believe in you as we're walking away.
Narrows his eyes at you again and goes back to, unfortunately, you being able to hear him, just repeating, yeah, this is my house. Mine. Take on all of y'all. Mine. He seems like a very devout follower of Ares.
Yeah.
A mouse has found religion.
Yeah. I mean, that's Meadowguard. But anyways, you all walk out, back around the surrounding territory, and look over at the east side mountains right behind the arena itself. Alrighty, everybody. Are y'all hoofing it?
Yep.
Yep.
Enough. Alrighty. I would like a survival check from somebody in the
So we're going to climb mountains, or we're just walking over into the area?
Well, you're trying to navigate over towards that area. Keep in mind, this entire area is plateaus, desert, incredible heat, especially since it's summertime.
Hmm.
Sure.
Well, let's get supplies before we go.
Yeah. Does my bag shake when somebody walks, or is it like stable?
It shakes a
own
little bit.
environment?
Just a little bit.
As I'm like entering my bag like proper, I'm going to look at all my stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the wrong song. Yeah,
and I'm going to
look at your
look. I've got a vase I stole somewhere. I'm gonna see if that cuts through.
It's a mundane vase.
Yeah.
Yeah, slice.
Fuck.
Actually, because it's made out of like clay, yeah, it shatters it just by cutting through it.
All right. I'm going to. Well, goodbye, chair. And I'm going to lay it on top of a chair and just.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Was cancel, not submit. A 10.
Yep, you put it on top of the chair, and unfortunately it shakes at just an awkward enough angle that they fall through the chair and like cut and gash through it as well, clanking onto your floor and rug. Now your ornate rug has a little slice in it.
I can fix that. I literally have everything I need to be my own carpenter. And then
This is like putting knives on a Roomba. Oh my goodness, I saw that video.
Oh god. I'm just going to I'm going to see if I can't stick it into a piece of wood. Just have it be there.
What type of piece of wood? Just a mundane piece of wood?
Pretty sure I brought what's left of the wooden stick that I carved off. I'm just going to place it back down and make it a road spike again.
Okay.
And hope it doesn't shake all too much.
All right. Well, here's hoping. I will give you the full warning after you've decided this that if something causes the bag to move very quickly, it'll probably cut through the bag.
All right.
So just hope that none of your party members drop the bag. Oh, you're holding the stick?
Not the stick, just the things itself.
Okay. Alrighty. So, you all begin traveling out in that area. Who did the survival check?
Nobody.
There's one person in the party
Looks like
who
nobody.
is familiar with this terrain, at least somewhat. Environment, let's say.
I can do a check. Someone helping?
Yeah, I'll help.
There we go.
Because, yeah, it was either you or Raina that were up on top of the hill, so you know where we're going.
All right, 13's not bad. You know you're going to have to be careful at some point. You're not sure if you're past that time or before that time, but every day when the sun reaches its apex in the sky, you need to find complete shelter from it. The intensity of the rays coming off of it, traveling through it, is a death sentence for almost anybody, including seasoned adventurers. So you're a little wary of that as you're traveling, which causes you to travel a bit more slowly as you're trying to find something that could actually give you respite or shelter. Since I don't believe this party has any instantaneous forms of shelter.
No. But before we left, like before you were talking about with Moose in his house, I had said that we should try to find supplies.
Oh,
Like maybe we can put a lot of water on hay or something.
If you all would like. Is hay horse? Hay's horse?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Versus on
Hay horse. I brought it with us.
So you're carrying it?
Well, Hay's carrying it.
I thought it was puma armor, not horse armor.
Well, he's got both. Yeah, the Puma armor is just a breastplate. It's in my bag. It's like 20 pounds. It's nothing.
Okay. So you're carrying that, and he's wearing the normal armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, I used to love that show. What was it? Metabots. That was a good fucking show. So underappreciated. Anyways. Okay, so you wanted to purchase some water while you were out here.
Yeah, you know, some like extra canteens and some big water bladders or something, because it's you know, we know it's really hot and we're like going out into the mountains or something.
They have some available for sale. It is 5 gallons for a day's worth per person, or 5 gold for a day's worth per person.
Damn.
Water is liquid gold out here.
Oh yeah,
It's hot.
good thing we
Luckily,
just
2 of
got
your party
paid.
members don't need water, but
So
Yeah,
it's
shit's
5
expensive.
gold
This is-
per day per person.
worth of water. Yeah.
Well, I can create water somewhat, so as long as we have vessels and containers. So if we each buy like 3 days worth of water or something like that, then we'll definitely have enough containers to create and keep things going. At some point over the course of 3 days, I'll have time to make water.
All right. Trivial, Sebastian, Moose. All 3 of you remove 5 gold.
I'm also
And-
gonna buy. I've got a price for a 2-person tent. Would that count as shelter?
It would be something. It's not full shelter. That would be. enough to guarantee safety, but it'll give you at least something to wait out that intense heat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get 3 of those.
Alrighty. And I believe those are what, like 15 gold a pop?
My V Tools has 2 gold a pop.
Yeah, good enough. Oh wait, out here, bizarre prices. 4 gold a pop.
Okay.
Out here, the prices are jacked up on everything, because what are you going to do? Die?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I figured out the world's economy! Yay!
So I've got a tent. Who else? We got 2 more. Who needs them?
Yeah, I'll use one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy 2 days worth of water for myself.
Okay.
So it's 10
Everybody,
gold.
there's a third tent. Who wants it? Moose Casimir Trivial.
I'll take it.
There we go. Oh, I'll have Liara remove 5 gold for 3 days worth of bullshittery.
Do you know what? Because the player has learned her lesson. Climbing gear.
They do have it here. It is 50% increase in price though. So whatever the
Okay.
price is in your PHB,
25,
You don't-
So 37.
You don't
Yeah.
already have a climber's kit?
Mm-mm.
I still have mine. I thought maybe you got one at the same time. Or does Moose have a climber's kit?
Moose is like physically flown everywhere.
Yeah, but he wasn't when... I don't know, maybe he bought some stuff.
Back when you guys were in Devort and all that jazz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Casimir Trivial, do either of you wish to have a climber's kit?
I have hands. I can climb.
Very good.
I'm gonna go ahead and get one because climbing is not really my strong suit.
All right. 37 GP.
Fair.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things are expensive out here. I mean, again, what are you going to do? Die? Like, pay up. They know what they're doing. Do you see how expensive those pretzels were? Come on, man.
Now I want an Auntie Annie's like pretzel.
Oh, don't. I haven't had fast food in like a year, like a literal fucking year. Like, and I know it tastes terrible, but I know it's so good. Anyways, so Casimir, after everybody gathered up everything and you all take off, you're being cautious around trying to find some type of structures out here that you guys can gain respite from the storm, or from the sun when you need it. And after traveling for about 2 hours, you begin feeling warm, as does everybody else. You look up at the sky, and there is a massive gap between where it's soft in the sky and you see this gigantic red looming ball adjusting its way over the area. And everywhere else you guys have been thus far has not had direct sun beaming on you. In this world, there's never really a sun in the sky unless you are in Fira. And then it is for about 4 hours a day. All of you will deal with the reflection of the sun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in my bag.
Maybe we should travel at night.
Might not be a bad
Well-
idea. It's too hot.
It is technically safer, Casimir, to travel at night. The only downsides are people who don't see in the dark, the predators that all come out at night, and it is freezing fucking cold. but you also don't have to deal with this intense sun. So, luckily, your survival check was high enough that you could find a slightly hooked section of this elevated ground that all of you could move over towards and set up your tents. And within about 5 minutes of all of you working to set up the tent and this intense heat radiating down on top of you, you're all a steaming pile of sweat. I need a con save from each of you. Moose, you are exempt because you are inside the bag.
So after we get everything set up, can I like make it start to rain?
Can you?
Yeah, with create water. Like a little drizzle, you know, something that's like really nice, refreshing.
I mean, it would be refreshing for a moment. I would allow you to have advantage on your con saves, but
All right.
yeah.
Something.
I'm okay.
Yeah. So that's 22 for Casimir, 27 for Reyna, 15 for Trivial, 20 for Sebastian. Oh, so you did do it. Okay. All of you, well, Trivial, roll again.
Yeah, I was doing it.
Also, Trivial, keep in mind you get a +4 from being in Sebastian's aura. All right, 19. All of you are piles of sweat. That rain was nice enough for a few moments. But immediately after it subsided, the intensity of this area, even from inside of the tent and with the shelter above you, it makes you all wonder, why would anybody willingly fucking live here? Like, why? Why would you live in a place like this? It's so awful.
Raina's having dreams about that island estate in Morian.
Guys, you remember when you could see your breath from breathing?
She's actually, I'm gonna take off my armor, to be honest. She's gonna...
That's a good call. As you're taking it off and your fingers touch the metal portions on the front, yeah, it hurts. It is burning. All of you with heavy armor. It's gonna get a lot harder for you.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Moose.
You burnt your lip on your oatmeal. It's a little too hot, but you'll be okay. I'm sorry. I just love it. Anyways, everybody. You wait for 1 hour with the storm above you and all of you hiding out. There we go. There's the
I
witch.
will offer my tent to Casimir, and I'm gonna press to digitate the crap out of that.
Oh, just keep trying to dry yourself off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. Keeps you busy. And all of you feel the radiating heat still. Now, if you peek outside of the tent, the entire area looks completely whitewashed. The sand itself is almost a luminescence type of white, as it is reflecting from the sun up in the sky. And you feel like a wave run over you just for a few seconds of sticking your head out before, oh, fuck that, closing it again. For all of you, other than Casimir, this is the hottest place you have ever been in your life. This is the worst environment for any of you.
For Casimir, it was hell.
Well, none of you know Casimir's backstory yet, because none of you have asked him.
Oh, he's not gonna. Well. So Casimir.
Moose pops his head out drinking a mimosa. Just...
I would offer a mimosa, but I only have some in my size.
Yeah. Is there anything you all wish to do for this 4 hours?
When we get back to Morian, going swimming.
I'll agree to that one.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
Ugh. This is awful.
Yeah, this is not cool. This is probably why the dragon came this way. Dragons suck.
Yeah.
Now they blow.
Making us go through all this. Ugh.
Dragons, the new pirates. Goddamn dragons.
Now just imagining Sebastian in the first campaign. Goddamn gods.
You got too many damn gods in this pantheon.
This is awful. I can't. Ugh.
So are we time jumping 4 hours?
Guess
Yeah.
so.
I used my hit dice, so we're all set.
Oh, that's good. So, after the 4 hours go by, immediately you all feel the temperature over the course of about 2 minutes drift into a nice, cool, only about 90 degrees.
My God,
And
it's so
to you
refreshing.
non-Americans, it is hotter than hell.
It was 90 degrees here today.
Compared to
That
what it
sucks.
was.
I was gonna say that's a relatively cool day in Florida.
Well, Florida sucks. So.
And this is why I'm not going back.
Actually, no, this is nothing like Florida. It's not humid. Out here, it is dry. It is a dry, pounding heat. It's like Arizona.
So, fun story. As I was walking to work before the dry heave, I'm like, why do I feel like I can't breathe? And I'm just like, the fuck's wrong with the air today? And then I realize it's humid for once.
Ew.
instead of like the Icelandic mountain air.
Listen, I can deal with a dry heat all day. Humidity? Fuck you.
It's
That is
been
the nasty.
above 80% the last, like,
You know,
3 weeks.
it made me realize that it made me think about humidity. It made me think about how humanity sucked. No, but it made me realize that I am literally just breathing water air at this point.
At that point, you are breathing water air. Yeah.
Mhm.
So anyways, you all exit out, and you need a quick little spritz from Trivial to prestidigitate your obnoxious amounts of sweat away.
Alright.
Gather up your tents and keep traveling. So everybody keep in mind, if you don't reach your destination in the first half of the day, you lose 4 hours of travel each day while in this area.
Jeez. It's a
Yep.
good call in the tents.
Yeah, do you see how pale I am?
That's a good point.
Can vampires grow a tan?
Not how it works.
Bro,
They
it's
get
tan.
crispy.
Yeah.
But anyways, you
I
all
mean, it's just different levels of burnt.
gather your tents, hoist them over your shoulders. Now you're dry once again, but the heat at least has subsided considerably. And you
Also,
start.
I've donned my armor, by the way. Just
Okay. And everybody starts traveling again. Somebody roll me a d8. Let's find out what the weather's like.
Alright. Too late.
Oh! Roll me a d4. Somebody else.
you want that one, Sebastian?
You all start traveling for about 30 minutes before you feel an intense wind wash over this entire area, and it feels almost perpetual. Like there's only sections of your walk right now where the wind is not blowing at an incredible speed, just like lifting the sand and slamming it into each of you, causing your visibility to drop down to just about 30 or so feet. You're muted. You're muted, Reyna.
I'm sorry, I'm singing to the song that's...
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Yeah.
So, you all continue moving before you notice that there is a band of about 19 people walking the opposite direction of all of you. All of them are wearing light tannish-looking cloaks, robes that cover every inch of their body, with these little tiny goggles placed over their eyes, and they're all together collectively holding a large stick that you notice this very large worm is wrapped all the way around. Oh, by the way, all 19 of them are between 3 feet and 3.5 feet tall. They all turn their heads and look at you as you're walking.
I pop my head up. Hi.
One of them waves.
You got some of those goggles for sale?
They look at each other. 1, 2, 3. They all lift up the large stick and slam it on the ground simultaneously, and then gather up into a circle around the purplish-looking worm and start whispering. We have 3 pairs for sale.
I'm going to whisper to Sebastian.
He's AFK.
Well, I'll scurry over to Reyna.
Alright. I mean, there's Casimir.
I will absolutely buy them.
I'm just gonna look.
Go ahead.
Just gonna whisper to Reyna. So I don't need a pair, and I thought they'd fit. And it seems like a lot of you need it as well. And it would be nice just to have something. So that they're not...
Living here are using them. Not a bad idea.
I mean, it's less sand in the eye. And I'm going...
She's like, uh-huh.
This is having the same problem, but with the ears.
So, trivial, you go, I buy one.
Absolutely.
I'm going to shout out, how much is it?
They whisper amongst themselves. 50 each.
I'll buy all 3.
150 gold.
I'm taking a pair, and whoever first come, first serve.
They only had 3 of them?
Yeah.
Yep.
Only 3 spare pairs.
Okay.
They each have their own, but...
They must share.
I mean, I'll take another pair.
All right,
Well,
Brandon,
Moose,
takes
you're
a pair.
mostly in the bag, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll take the other pair then.
All right, so
Wow.
Casimir is the only person without a pair.
Yep, that's fine.
Who needs the C?
Oh yeah, you don't.
He's the survival guy, guys.
Well,
Don't
I
worry.
mean, Raina's also seen the, you know.
Right, but the survival isn't just finding where it is. That's the perception. He knows how to navigate this type of territory. That's the survival.
All right. We can have
Navigating
mine, then. That's
deserts
fine.
aren't as simple as beeline. Well, I'm just saying, like, you guys do what you want to do. But
Yeah.
all of you add stormproof goggles to your character sheets, or 3 of you add them. In any intense environment that would encumber your visual prowess, you gain an additional 15 feet of visual prowess. And it does not harm you.
So really bad storm, we got 20 feet of vision instead of just 5.
Yes. But this works in blizzards, this works in rain, this works in sand, all of them.
Does it work in fog?
No, because that's not a storm.
Alright.
Fog storm. Hoo ha ha.
No. While we're all traveling, I'm gonna see if I can't split a scale.
Whoa. We're not to traveling yet. We still have this encounter that you guys rolled.
Ah. Sorry.
So, you hand them over the 150 gold, and they distribute it even across all 19 of them, but then there's one additional piece of gold, and they look confused, and they bury it in the sand. Then they look back over at all of you. Be wary! Death is ahead!
Death by
You-
what?
They all, like, huddle up and whisper to each other again. Shredding!
From a dragon?
Don't know! All we found were the scraps of shredded people.
Dragon.
Yeah, it sounds like we're on the right path.
Thank you for the info.
Sadly enough.
Ah, it was over there. They point at one of the mountains you guys were heading towards. I'd be careful, though. The other mountains, you get more worms. Bigger. They might be pissed off. We just killed their young. And they point back at their current worm.
Good to know.
I hand them 19 copper.
They distribute 1 copper apiece.
I picked up on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
You too.
Remember, eat fresh. And they all keep moving.
The traveling band of worm food enthusiasts. Oh god, I just remembered Subway.
Yup.
Oh god, they're so good.
They're what?
There's 19 of them, guys.
I'm confused. There's 19
Uh,
of them. What does that have to do with Subway?
So, there's puns here, I promise you.
Okay.
They're not very good, but they are. They are
I
their
never
own.
expect better.
They're their own Subway line of workers. Get it? They're like literally a sub. 19 of them walking in a line. I thought it was funny when I made the encounter. Anyways,
I laughed.
thank you, Carl. I appreciate the pity laugh.
It was half pity.
So anyways,
Hot.
the 3 of you with the goggles on, you're doing much better. Sebastian, it's your call. Why the fuck is that cat staring at me? Sebastian, it's your call.
It knows you're a bitch.
Do you want to keep your eyes shut while traveling, or do you want to suffer the pain of it hitting your eyes but still see?
I'll just keep my eyes closed and walk with my hand
Reno's
on
gonna help him.
his shoulder.
Alright. Easy enough. Just keep in mind, this does leave you considered blind.
Yeah.
Well
We're
then,
back to traveling.
yes we are. What were you doing, Moose?
I want to see if my double enchanted short sword can split one of the barks in half.
The razor barks?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I cannot.
Yeah, sometimes my friends send me stupid things and I always label it emergency. People are stupid. Anyways,
I thought we knew that.
Yeah, but if it says emergency, I still have to look, like, just in case.
Boy who cried wolf and whatnot.
Yeah. But anyways, you can cut through the razor barks with your weapon, though I do need you to roll me a d20.
16.
Okay. You're very careful, and you listen to the blade, or sorry, you notice when the blade seems to be getting more resistance, and you wiggle around to find a different avenue to slice. Roll me an
Not with
Arcana
least
check.
resistance.
Yeah.
Here's something. 16.
Okay. These scales are sharp enough to cut through magical weapons, though you imagine it would be very difficult for it to do so.
Yeah, I just need to cut like two of them in half.
Yeah, you successfully do it.
I want to see if I can, air quotes, drill a hole into the fat end of it. Basically, I want like you know those like if a scale was a triangle and I cut it in half, I want the bottom part of it to have a hole in it. No, not like that. Like in the middle of the base of but
so
more at the
through
bottom.
it, a hole through it.
Yeah.
But at the bottom. Okay, yeah. That's something you can manage. The scales aren't impenetrable, but they are incredibly sharp around their edges. For the rest of the day's journey, none of you really have any issues out. The sun is still warm, but it's nowhere near as intense as before. And by the time nighttime is rolling around for you, after a total of about 8 hours of travel, the sun has begun to fall a lot faster than it does everywhere else that you all have been thus far. Also, the sandstorm seems to be subsiding.
All right. Well, if the storm and the winds are subsiding, we can set up our tents for the night, I guess. Who wants to take what watch?
I'll take first. I'm doing okay. In fact, I mean, I could help for half the night.
I mean, technically, Reyna plus Casimir can do the whole night, right?
Yeah.
Both of us do.
Like,
Yeah. Y'all sleep. We got this.
y'all are worse than elves.
Yeah.
All right. So you set up your tents. I would like a perception check from each of you, Reyna and Casimir, for the entire evening.
And we guidance.
You can guidance yourself.
Hey.
Hey, not bad, Reyna. $21. Okay. Now's the fun part, where I get to roll dice.
I'll fear the dice. So who's gonna bet that we summoned Levistus?
No,
I doubt that.
not here. Okay. During the evening, you hear the sounds of the night much more active than the day. Scurrying, digging, collapsing. Shortcut screeches and squeals. Nights out here are incredibly dangerous. Fira is untamed in this territory. And clearly there are a lot of predators. However, luckily, none of them seem to visit you this evening. In a place that has an 80% chance of an encounter during the nighttime. I rolled a fucking 9. Sometimes y'all are lucky.
Oh yeah, good.
I am not
yes.
sleeping my armor. Well, keep in mind, you guys can only sleep in your armor for 1 night before you start taking levels of exhaustion. So, well, for heavy armor. So, Reyna, were you sleeping in your armor?
I was on
were
watch.
you resting in your armor?
Yeah. Out here,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Casimir, were you?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Keep in mind, tomorrow night, if you two attempt to do that, you will suffer levels of exhaustion. It's not that comfortable wearing super heavy armor. Ah, 2 new things. So, early in the morning, before the sun comes up, you've all completed your rest. And when you look at the sands around you, you see maybe about 80 or so feet away, there are large streaks. Please mute yourself while typing aggressively.
I forgot about it.
Thank you. You see these large streaks of this purplish liquid just moving across the area.
From the worms?
From something. Very dangerous out here. So,
I'm going to walk over to Casimir. I'm going to hold up a tiny triangular vial. And I'm going to say, this is going to make you hit more often. My god, Casimir's dead. He froze in the night.
No, my Zim is acting up. Okay, how long does this last?
Oh, a minute. So just about as long as the battle.
Let's see. Well, that should be useful. Thank you.
And I'm gonna look. Do I remember not having enchanted armor?
what?
You said that the AC +1 only works on. No, wait, that was the enchantment.
Yeah, this is a temporary potion, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the enchantment's temporary as well, but.
Right, but like, this is like an hour, right?
Oh no, it's 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, then it just adds.
So who's
But
gonna
keep in
get hit the
mind-
most?
Well, there's Casimir, Sebastian, and Reyna. Knowing your luck, if you build a new familiar.
There's a reason why I'm developing that. You know that, right?
I know.
I'm just gonna. So
It's
I've been making arms, and now just imagining like Clipper again, but this time he has like huge buff arms. Just whoever tries to destroy me gets punched. No, but eeny, meeny, miny, mo, get you like a violent.
Trivial's the scout.
Kaz, you get this as well. The laws of Miny Mo have chosen you.
And I will take it.
The elders of Moose's clan.
The Miny Mo's. Sorry. What
Eeny,
brings me...
Meeny, Miny, and Mo.
No, sorry, it's Miny Mo actually sounds like an Icelandic kid show.
Called Mighty Mouse.
No. It's a kids thing, like a folk story made into a TV show.
Anyways, y'all. Early in the day. Continue your travels. Survival check again, Casimir.
I will help him out.
Ooh.
That is a good survival check. Why do you get +3? Oh, guidance. 29. So, Casimir, if you beeline it over towards that mountain, now that you know that specific area you need to go, you'll have to go over a couple of dunes, but if everybody's okay tumbling down them and then having to, like, drain the sand out of their heavy armors and such, you should be able to make it over towards that mountain before the sun comes out at noon. But it'll be a brisk pace and a quick walk.
I think we should risk it.
Oh,
If we
yeah.
just head straight there, I think it's worth it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
All right. While traveling at a quickened pace, everybody suffers a -5 from their passives. That leaves Moose at a fair passive.
My God,
And
I
somebody
can
roll me a
only hear
D8.
you breathe half the time. Roll the 6.
It's respectable.
Oh. Roll me a D3.
If possible, about 2 hours into travel, I was gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on myself. I don't know
Easy
when
enough.
would. I didn't want to do it right away, but I just picked a time. I wasn't sure if the encounter would interrupt that.
No worries. As you're all traveling, the sand does pick up a lot more, but it's nowhere near as intense as yesterday was. Visibility is still fairly decent, it's just not completely limitless other than by object. All of you are seeing as if it is dark outside, so treat it with like 60 feet of vision right now. As you are moving through this area, I would like a perception check from those of you outside the bag that are not helping Casimir and is not Casimir. So I think that's Trivial and Reyna?
I was helping.
All right, Trivial and Sebastian.
Just a perception check.
Yes, sir.
Can I give myself guidance?
Sorry. Well, you don't know this is happening, so no.
That's kind of when I was. All right. No, I thought I turned it off. Well, I still rolled really well. 23.
23. Trivial does not notice. But Sebastian, as you're traveling, you feel a separate wind above you for the briefest of moments. And when you look up, you see this tiny little reddish flake fall down and then get whipped away by the wind.
Okay, I will let everyone know. Hey, I think there's something around here. I just think I saw something. I don't know. It was fast, but I think somebody knows we're here.
By the time I'm done with Reyna's Gift of Alacrity, I'm going to.
So you
Hop
gave
on
that to
over.
Reyna?
Yep, and I'm
Okay.
going to begin giving that to Casimir.
Okay.
I'll lose it no matter what if I succeed or fail. Just trying to hurry through the spell, just like god damn shit, no, fuck shit.
No.
Like starting a fire with a flint.
Are you going to give it to anybody else?
I'll try and give it to Trivial as well.
Easy enough. You're not walking. You can just land on somebody's shoulder and hold the pearl to their forehead while doing the spell.
I'm just because it's a minute casting.
Yeah. You can do that while moving. Mostly because you're in a little arm turret. So,
Always either shoulder and arm turret.
after about 5 hours of doing this forced march through this open area, you all no longer feel the sand blowing and whirling around you. As you look up at these 3 large mountainous peaks, all of them looming about 300 or 400 feet above you. It's a massive peak for all of you to look up, and you see sand rolling off the tops of them. Down at the base, to the far left, there is an entryway, but you all know that that's the entryway where the Sand People warned you about. This is the one where death was around, as it was expressed to you. And Sebastian, as you all get here, you see roughly about 200 or so feet up that there's burn marks on some of the rocks.
Oh. Look up there. There's some sort of burn up there. Maybe there's an interest up there.
What time of day is it?
Right now it is just before noon, which is when the sun is at its apex. You guys have shelter at least for an hour, thanks to this mountain peak that goes over top of you. Though, at some point it'll move to the other side of the opening, and then you're all getting hit by the sun again.
All right. Marina's gonna take a minute to try and find a suitable hidey hole.
All right, roll me a investigation.
14.
Okay, not bad. You get up closer towards the mountain itself, and you start, like, pushing around the edge where the sand meets it, and you do find a little divot. And as you kind of, like, scoop it with your hands, pulling it out aggressively, you do see that there appears to be a small cavity that all of you could crawl into, and when the sand blows back this area, it will bury you temporarily, but not that deep. It'll give you full shelter from the storm itself.
So I wanna go ahead and get in here
Oh yeah.
before we
But
roast.
Any of you are claustrophobic, it's gonna suck.
I live
Nobody?
in a bag all day.
Yeah. Well, it's a big bag. Big bag.
Question.
Yes.
Was there a 5-hour march from when Sebastian noticed the red flake?
No, in total.
Okay,
Sebastian noticed the red flake maybe 2 hours into the march.
So there's still 5 hours left to get to the back, right?
Yep. Well, on Reyna. Everybody else is. Yeah, we'll just leave it that everybody's happened within the same, 5-minute span. Okay. You all dig yourself into this little cubby. Who's going to be at the far back of it?
Furthest away from the opening?
Furthest away from the opening.
I'll do it.
All
I'm
right.
just going to spend more time working.
Give me cubby orders, everybody. Let's go with that.
I'll be in front.
So Sebastian is closest to leaving fastest. Okay.
I'll be next since I still have the alacrity.
All right. Boost is in the back. Hay's gonna need a tent, buddy. He can't fit down here.
Yeah.
Isn't Hay Panther right now?
No, he's a horse.
No, he's horse. And he's armored. Alright, so Moose is in the back. Reyna is second. Casimir, Trivial, where are you in the lying order?
I'll be
I'll go
third.
Fourth then.
Alrighty. So that means
Can
Casimir and
Ha-
Moose are the only ones not inside of Sebastian's aura. What were you saying, Trivial?
Can Hay be made smaller? Like, can he
Yes.
be summoned as something smaller so that he'd fit in here also?
Yeah. If you summoned him as a small animal, he'd fit in here.
Yeah, but he's all right.
Okie dokie.
We're gonna come back and Hay's going to be roasted.
Give him a tent. I put the tent out. You know, he's all right.
Yeah.
He's
Align the
Fey. It
tent.
doesn't bother her as much.
That's not exactly how it works, but yeah. Alrighty. Well then, you bury yourselves. Hay watches until the last second. Bye!
I'm right here, buddy.
Yeah. Have him roll me a con save, please. But you're close enough. He gets the +4.
All
That's
right.
why he put himself in the front. Fuck Casimir and Moose. Hay gets the aura.
I was just trying to tank.
The fun thing about this being the support tank, huh?
10.
Oh no! Hay suffers a level of exhaustion. As all of you are buried underneath here, you hear Hay the entire time. It's so high! Why are we here, Sebastian?
Well, I could dismiss him and summon him again later.
Do it!
Yeah, I'd do that.
I hate
If
this
he's suffering
place.
out there, he just
He's suffering.
disappear.
He does not like it. You're gonna have to resummon him as like a lizard or something. He does
Camel.
not like the heat.
He's
Yeah,
still
a
my
camel
horse.
would
He's
be okay.
He's carrying all the shit.
Oh wait, I forgot. It's not camel. It's a chamel.
Kamel.
Kamel.
Oh, he's.
So are
a
you
war
dismissing him
horse.
as he's complaining for like the 30th minute straight?
No, I'd probably do it after like 10 minutes. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, he can't take this.
He's gone.
He'll be back.
So as we're waiting,
Yeah.
Moose proceeds to bring out a single clockwork leg out of his bag and a palm using the some of the bark as the fingertips. Oh,
What the hell's that?
it's going to be my next thing. I decided if I'm going to have it get destroyed half the time, I might as well try and make it stronger. Worst case
Fair
scenario, best case scenario, I am going to give this thing sentience.
I don't know. I mean, I read some stories when people build robots, give them sentience, never ends well.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna. Well,
It'll make
Just
it
what
that
one of
much
these
more
guys from one of these stores would say. I'm just saying.
It'll
you
make
saying
it that
trivial?
much more horrifying when it dies again.
you know, y'all keep shitting on my dreams.
I'm not shitting on your dreams. I'm just saying, like, you give this thing sentience, and it gets like what we think is murdered, and then like 3 weeks later, it appears and is trying to kill you. Just watch out.
I
Worse
just
than an
want to
undead.
make something that lives longer than half a month.
Hey, man.
That's why you have kids.
I think that you have a very
Maybe-
strange definition. Or are you referring to my species' reproductive?
Your species.
Yeah, no, that's. I don't feel comfortable with you talking about it. Please do not discuss my reproductive cycle in front of me again.
Got it.
True what they say
Fair.
about rabbits.
That was awkward.
Yeah.
I like your idea though, because you either have to make it really tough, Or you need to go the other way and make it like small, and so people don't notice it, so we could like fly around and do stuff.
Look, worst case scenario, I have a leg that can kick you, and a crawling hand with razor sharp claws.
Wait, you just making a leg and a hand?
Well, if I stop now, that's why it's a worst case scenario.
I guess.
I want to make a robot.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm going to make a humanoid with this.
All right.
Worst of the best case, I make a suit.
All right
So-
then.
Interesting.
Anybody want some schnapps?
You still have that?
Of course.
Randall
Actually-
like reach over.
Trivial. You make fun of it, but that was my original plan for Moose. But I wasn't allowed to be an armorer because there was the flat band at the time.
Aww.
Yeah. Right now it's being edited by me, so.
Hey, bring me onto that. I'll help.
Sure. Anyways, after about 4 hours of all of you being stuck inside the hole, you're not sure if the sun's down yet. Casimir, survival.
It's actually only been an hour and we felt like it was 4.
Those awkward pauses? Yeah. No, it's been 4 hours, and the sun always stays up in the air this season for 4 hours. So that means you guys can all leave.
I think we should be good. I think the sun's away now.
All right.
Sebastian digs his way out and notices that your tent is lying on the ground and has a scorch mark through the top of it. Complete hole.
Tent is burnt?
Just a hole that's like 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet.
That's a big ass hole in a tent.
I can fix it.
What caused it? Just the sun?
Fire.
Roll me a investigation.
I'll assist.
Okay.
Maybe I should assist you, Professor.
I'm Mr. Fix It. Guess I'll roll with advantage.
Yeah.
I'll give you guidance too.
It's funny because the person who's
Oh.
the second best at investigating in the party is always helping everybody else do it. Just like a good teacher. Here, I'll show you. Just
Fucking hell. 25.
God, doubles again. You can't imagine that there was probably a situation of a mirror reflecting the sun to burn through it. That is a scorch mark, as if like an ember from a fire lifted off of the fire itself and burned all the way through.
That was an accident. Either somebody really doesn't like tents, and decided to lift a burning plank and throw it onto that and then take it when it died down. Or some creature decided to spew fire on it. There's
Oh,
also
great.
Sounds
probably
like
a
one of
third
them
option.
little red floaties. Maybe those are flaming.
Little red floaties?
I saw like a thing floating in the air.
It's talking
said
about the
it was
red
like-
scrap.
There's a red speck or
Sorry.
something. I don't know.
I just thought Sebastian was having heat stroke for a second, was trying to get out Dragon. Maybe one of those red floaty thingies.
Those are flying, Sebastian, not floating.
Semantics.
Semantics is what I do when I cast spells.
But anyways, yeah, whatever. So, the sun has moved past its apex in the sky, and all of you can start scaling upwards, if you would like. Unless somebody has a better idea.
Is it like
Alrighty.
steep?
Oh, yeah. It's like, at the base, a perfect 90-degree angle, but as it gets higher and higher, it swoops up towards the peak. So, like, the angle keeps pushing backwards against gravity. Think one of those, like, cliff top peaks that overlook the ocean and shit. It's kind of like that, but desert. Don't worry, though. Casimir has hands. So, before you all make your rolls, we're going to go ahead and go on break. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. If you are interested in following along and maybe interacting with the community a bit more and supporting us a bit more, you can become a member here on our YouTube channel, or you can join our Patreon, which has a much sweeter deal associated with it. If you join our Patreon, you'll be able to join our Discord server, read all of the past lore that has been published for the internet to view by the players. You know, it's all their notes and stuff. As well as potentially join in any of the games that we have open slots available in. So, everybody, I think that's about everything. Where last we left off, you all had traveled over to over towards the Ares Arena, a legendary arena where no challenge cannot be accepted, but if anybody enters the arena under a challenge, you cannot leave until the challenger or the challengee is dead. All of you were as careful as you could be during that circumstance, of course, as you should be, given it. But then you decided to travel outwards towards one of the mountains after investigating the tree and, well, maybe uncovering information that none of you wish to share with one another for one reason or another, and then finding out later on that it might be important for some other reason. Who knows? Who knows? But you all traveled out, experiencing the intense sun of this unique territory, Fira, where for 4 hours a day you can actually physically see the sun, the only time you can see this object in Zodiac ever. And for those 4 hours, it is beyond intense. It is incredibly battering to have to deal with. But you all took shelter and respite from the storm. The following day, along traveling, you encountered a group of sand people who apparently live out here or trade out here in some variety. You all encountered them, talked to them for a little bit, and they sold you 3 pairs of goggles. Rather, if you got a good price on the goggles or not, is to be determined. But that doesn't matter nearly that much. Anyways, you continue traveling throughout the day, and then during the evening, taking a rest. Somehow, miraculously, despite the fact that this being one of the most dangerous territories in Zodiac, untamed completely, you all avoided any type of random encounter that may have persisted in this location. Then, you all traveled. The following day, Casimir found a line for you all to travel across, and if you did it in a hurry, you may be able to get there before the sun would cause you all to wait another 4 hours, and it would even give you some shelter from the sun. As you all traveled out into that area, you did so at a hurried pace, but Sebastian seemed to have noticed something up in the sky. Something fly overhead that flaked a little bit of red stuff off of it as you moved. Later on, you made it over to the mountain. Reyna dug out a tiny divot for you all to sleep in, and Sebastian had to dismiss Hay as the intense heat was just a little too much for him to bear as a horse. You all crawled out of this little tiny area, and now you all look at Liara, who luckily the day before, wink wink, you asked to prepare a certain spell to make this easier on you. So, you all look towards her, as Liara is just absent-mindedly standing there, looking at the plotted plant.
Liara?
Yes.
That idea you had about getting us, up the mountain.
Oh.
What was that?
Oh, I can just lift you up there. 2 at a time.
All right.
All right, so, everyone get a buddy.
I'm assuming Moose is just in the bag riding on somebody.
She'll be buddies with Moose to make it easier. The two
Okay.
that are NPC mode. Yeah. Because she is kind of strong right now. She has the strong augment. So.
Nice.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, pairings.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, Reyna,
Alright.
and Casimir are the strongs. Who's going on who?
You two go. It's fine.
I'll
Alright.
go with Casimir.
Very well.
Great.
Oh, shut your face.
Awesome. All right. Well, Reyna just, scoop him off his feet,
Yep.
and she casts Levitate on you. As you are being bride carried up, Sebastian,
Alright.
raising 20 feet at a time on this massive mountain. Liara is still just staring at the plotted plant. I would like both of you to roll me a perception check, please.
You know what? I'm gonna use my recap advantage.
Sure. 14. Sebastian?
And 8.
Okay, I'm glad I used my advantage.
The emasculating presence of having to be carried up here in such a manner really is distracting from you being able to pay close attention to anything else.
I mean, would you rather me, held you like a sack of potatoes just under an arm?
Oh, that's great.
Sassy elf, I love it. But anyways,
He is his father's son.
as you get all the way up there, Reyna, Liara, yeah, she can't message, will yell up to you. Can you set up a row?
Yeah.
You have,
Oh yeah.
between the two of you, 100 feet of rope.
All right, Mr. Sailor. Here's
She
my
holds
rope.
you.
All right.
Like Moose is always held.
Yeah, we could start hammering in the clips and whatever with the climber's
Give me a
kit.
survival check.
Give myself guidance. Oh,
Ooh.
11.
I mean, tink, 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 tink. Rope, drop. Yeah, it's there. You wiggle it a little bit. It doesn't wiggle much.
Guess we're good.
Alrighty. Now, unfortunately, up here at this height, neither of you have really found a solid entryway. You found a couple of footholds for you to stand on. That's close to where the rope is. But nothing that looks like an entryway, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a second. You saw the scorch marks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As you fly up to the scorch marks, where that wall is, there's kind of there's an imprinted amount of mountain that has a lip that goes out from underneath it, that unless you are up at this elevation, you cannot see that it goes inside. And it is a very, very large cavern. Wide open.
Hmm.
Pitch black. And by the looks of the scorch marks, roll me a nature check, both of you.
Nature.
Nope.
Not much
We are
better.
the A team.
The rock is scorched.
Some hot fire.
So yeah, the two of you can climb in there and kind of slide gently. It's not perfectly smooth by any stretch of the imagination, but it is enough of an angle that you could easily slide down this slope if you don't hold on it. So both of you are inside of the lip. All right, I'm gonna stop the spell on you guys.
And Raina will peek out over. We found a cavern, so try to get like here.
Cool. Now she looks over to you, Trivial. All right, sweep him off his feet. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, I'm carrying him?
Well, she just cast Levitate on you.
Okay. Okay,
Puppies.
well, I'm just gonna wrap my arms around him then, because I don't have the strength to lift him.
Well, luckily you don't
Hold
have
on.
to lift him. The spell lifts you, and you're just holding on as he's standing there, arms open, floating.
Yeah, he is not helping this in the slightest. He's purposely being awkward.
I'm gonna fucking
Of
drop you right
course.
on your head.
Give me an athletics check, Trivial. Hey, that's good enough. It is a struggle, and like you have to readjust your hands and like clamp them over each other to hold him, but he's just like dead weighting you. And you know, it is your call if you wish to drop him.
Everything with Casimir is a struggle. Just let it. Just. Oh, God,
Let
why,
it go. Let it.
Why? No, I'll just hold on to the best of my ability. If he starts
Alrighty.
to drop, I'm just gonna grab him by the hair.
Are we there yet?
Trivial, you're now over top of the lip where you see Reyna and Sebastian lying down. You're gonna have to release him to get yourself in there, though.
If I had any strength at all, I would just shove him onto the lip, like throw him there.
Mind you, you guys are 240 feet up. Like, you're really high up here.
Ugh. All right, I'll just kind of try to swing him over to the lip. Don't fucking help at all. It's fine. I got this.
Oh, well,
Can
you have
I-
this. It's fine.
Can I like reach out with my glaive and try to like
Cut him?
scoop
Yes.
in?
Oh. I mean, a glaive for scooping.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a stretch, but you could reach over the ledge and hold your...
Okay, I'm gonna help get him
Yeah.
in there.
Alright, so
I
Trivial
appreciate
just...
that because he's not
drops.
helping at all.
And Casimir is now easily being held and carried in here by Reyna
By-
and Sebastian.
By both ladies. He's being manhandled.
Casimir, that is the first time in your life you have ever been carried like a child.
Yeah.
Do with that information as you will. Anyways, Trivial, you can easily hold on to the lip, and then she drops concentration on Levitate, and you crawl on inside. She opens the bag,
Fantastic.
looking at Moose. All right, buddy, let's go. And then she'll just cast Spider Climb on herself and climb up there. You all sit there for about 5 minutes or so as you look down the cliff, and she's moved maybe like 80 feet up at this point. It's your choice to wait for them or not.
Yeah, let's not split the party.
Well, yeah, we'll wait for them.
3 more minutes go by before you see Liara step onto the ledge and just start walking down smoothly. As all of you are at this slight incline holding on, though, it is not smooth by any stretch of the imagination. It is steep enough that any of you could fall and stumble and hurt yourselves on the way down if you don't carefully lower yourself into this area. So, all of you, I would like athletics checks to climb down. Nice. 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 Less than nice.
I used my good rolls on Casimir. God damn it.
I know, right? Come on, we could have forced him to roll up a new character. 240 feet, dead. Good water. Anywho, as the three of you are climbing down there, taking the average of the party, you all are successful. Though you all have to help Trivial considerably more than you have to worry about yourselves. As she's, well, doesn't have as long of limbs for stretching and reaching towards the lower platforms, and is not as good at holding up her own weight as all of you are with holding up. So, you travel down here. Liara just walking across the surface the entire way down, holding Moose as well in the bag. As you all are moving down here, you all feel a rumble. And then you feel a slight wave of heat come across you from lower down. You're muted.
That didn't sound good.
No, it didn't.
So, you all continue downward?
I'm going to... I want to cast protection from evil and good myself.
Sure.
It's good against elementals. I don't know. These dragons are kind of elementals. We'll see.
Sure.
Doesn't hurt.
It's only a spell slot.
You mean
Get them
smite
back
slot?
each day. Oh yeah, good point. Well, no, looking at this party's damage, you're okay.
Yeah. I don't even think I hit that water elemental dragon once, so yeah.
I hit it with a cantrip.
Yeah.
That one was difficult. Anyway.
That's fights, you know? Like, sometimes fights are bad
Yeah.
for you. Until somebody realizes you can cast Water Walk and break free.
All right, let's move up quietly.
Yes.
Okay. Then I would like a stealth check from all of you, 3 of you at disadvantage.
Game advantage.
Yeah,
Didn't
I'm
you just
using
use it?
advantage.
Oh, okay.
I used my recap.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
know
you
what?
guys are
That's
doing
respectable.
good. All right, Trivial, it's all on you. Don't roll a 1. That curse only works on... Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Your
I
party's
mean,
average is fairly high. Actually, I need to calculate that. No, that may or may not be enough. I'm not positive. $19. Oh. As you all are moving downwards, you start hearing these noises. Dalash. Una. Ilata. Ulan. Ulna. None of you understand Draconic, do you?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Nope.
It's not good.
The 2 distinct voices, one a bit more gravelly and deep, the other almost sounds strained. As you all are climbing lower down, Avon. Then it goes silent. You continue traveling lower until you appear to be over top of a massive pit, only about 100 feet down towards the ground. And you all see something that may or may not be an very unfortunate sight. Looking down from the bird's eye view, keep in mind you're 100 feet above all of this. You see that there are 3 young dragons of different origins currently circling around back and forth. There is a 4th dragon that Sebastian and Reyna recognize.
Oh, it's Foscarvin.
No. It was the... No, it was the flame dragon you all met before, the one that threatened your lives. Though it is considerably bigger than last time you saw it. And in the center of this all appears to be this black, red, and purplish colored dragon that has no scales, but has sparkles all across it, as it's leaning very heavily on this large, massive cane. It's hunched over slightly, as the 3 younger ones are circling around it, and the larger flame dragon that the 3 of you recognize, Blatir, is on the other side.
How?
With all of you up there, you hear speaking outwards as if it is an echo that stretches towards you all.
You all have come here. Why?
Sebastian, this is all you, buddy.
Okay. We were looking for the sources of the trees that were sprouting up in the cities.
As you say that, you all look down as that one in the middle with the scaleless form almost looks like it nods its head. And then you all hear the one behind it scream out towards it.
Valatir! Valashon!
Then he raises his head up towards you all.
This is a dangerous conversation. What is your intention with the brood tree?
Well, we just don't want them sprouting in the middle of our cities. It kind of causes a lot of chaos.
Blatir yells at him yet again and seems to take like a very large stride towards him, almost in a hostile manner, but roll me an insight check, each of you. Casimir, Reyna, and Trivial. As he lunges quickly towards him, and you notice the other dragon doesn't move at all, this seems to be a dominance issue between the two of them. As if Blatir is trying to scare and startle the other one to show weakness. And yet, he just doesn't. He stands. Maybe he can't move that quickly, but he doesn't. And then Flatier backs off and continues circling a little bit.
Are you aware of how dangerous this matter is?
It's been pretty important lately. I don't know exactly what the cause is.
He nods slowly.
We just want to protect our people. I'm sure that's something that you can understand.
He nods very slowly. Then the wings pushes him upwards, and the other 4 dragons all squat like they're ready to lunge up towards him. As he rises up towards the center of the ceiling, and his head passes by the peak. The head itself larger than any one of you, as it looks around. Though this form does not seem nearly as solid as other dragons that you've encountered thus far, you can see that the stars across where the face would be are cracked, expressing a very old age for this dragon. As it kind of hovers there, circling and looking at you all.
Well, if you wish to save your people, then come here to parley with me.
All right. What do you guys think?
Parlay. Let's do it.
It's all on you.
The head bows towards each of you.
I am aboard.
Right.
All right.
Well, go ahead, yeah.
We get to ride a dragon.
As each of you climb onto this dragon, you all feel very cold by comparison of the outdoors that you've been encountering lately. This dragon is frigid to the touch. Not like ice, but something a little more still, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Then it lowers you all down. Please place yourselves around the middle dragon. As you all land, you see the 3 younger broodlings. 1 wind, 1 brown, and 1 water, like the ones that you've previously encountered. All begin licking their lips while looking at you. And then the massive flame dragon. Casimir and Trivial, you guys, you fought against the young ones, and you've held your ground very well. That thing is as big as a building. Like, not a peasant building, like a real building. Like, one that would be hard to destroy. And as it opens its mouth, you see bits of fire just fall out in embers on the ground.
What is the meaning of this? They come here looking to end the brood tree. We do not entertain the thoughts and wantings of mortals. You do not. I have been around long enough to know you have to. You wish to survive.
Blatter begins circling around.
They are nothing but kindling to my flame. You've grown quickly, but only in body. Mortals can be far worse than that. Who are you?
The dragon looks down at each of you.
Okay, we're talking to dragons.
Yeah, parlaying.
Okay. There's an old one, and then there's the fiery
Flamey.
one.
Yeah, the one you guys remember.
Oh, it's her. Oh, and there's a wind, a brown, and a sea. I guess Moose pops out of the back for the first time.
Yeah.
Just
Right
what
were
the...
you saying?
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Carl
Raina?
didn't. I'm Raina Mori. Champion of Mida.
Isn't it cute? It gave itself a title.
My people
And
gave
the
me a title.
The other three start cackling.
Moose pops out of the back. The fuck is going on in here?
Well, you see.
And I am trivial, of no consequence.
Wait, is that what you say?
Yes.
I was thinking about this kind of idea that we had, and I know a place that has like.
Mute yourself.
The ancient void dragon moves its head over to you inquisitively as you say that.
I
looks
look back at him.
Moose just asks, are we all just using titles now, or?
No, I'll step up and say, I'm Sebastian.
I am Moose.
Casimir.
Blatter sniffs towards you all.
You're the ones that murdered my brood.
Your brood murdered our people.
To be fair, it was only one. Well, two, technically.
Killed two of my kin.
Yeah, two of yours, two of the same. Is the sea dragon the same as the one we fought, or is that a different type?
It's the water dragon. and it looks similar.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when we last met, and I will gesture to the flame dragon. We last met you. You indicated that if we ran into other elemental dragons, we should kill them. So we sort of were just keeping our deal going. It seemed like that's what you wanted, and they were messing up our like hometowns and stuff.
Roll me a persuasion, Sebastian.
Oh, that's performance.
Other P word. Yep. Not perception.
Checks.
Ooh. 27. As you proclaim that to Flatier, it begins circling around to the other side, closer toward you. And you notice the elderly one seems to not really move anything but its head, but keep its attention on Flatier, almost disregarding the other three, as the other three are forced to move out of the way of Flatier.
Young one, maintain yourself. I'm not going to incinerate them yet.
Moose kind of picks up a bit and says, "I've been kind of out of the conversation. Do you have a name?" Looking at the very cosmic dragon.
It looks down at you. Well, you guys can move around too. I mean, they're circling you. You're welcome to move if you want. You're like, huh, we're in a line. Like,
Yeah.
The elderly one looks down at you, Moose.
In time.
Oh.
And Trivial just quickly, nonchalantly walks to the other side. Flatier approaches closer and sniffs at you three again.
You have grown. You've killed. Hunted even? How many more?
Let's see. Oh, there's been the two of yours. There's been one of those. I'm not quite sure about those ones that look like we're used to the brown dragons. Besides that, we killed that weird tree that you had the young one hatch in.
Killed two.
This is a conversation, I'm being honest.
Of course. Who would dare to lie to me?
Probably very stupid people.
Flatier, like, licks its lips and embers just fall to the ground, searing into it.
The less than snack is entertainment.
I'm gonna look at Reyna.
And she's gonna take the glaive off and just plant it and just be like, just glare at him.
He smiles. Why would I waste my time on less than a snack?
Brings a fair point. I'm gonna keep working on my escape route.
He continues walking along the other side.
Flatier, if these mortals have experience hunting, killing them. We should at least hear them out and assist. Would like it if none of us survive. Would
Is-
like it if the untamed did not survive.
Hi, back here in the conversation again. Am I to believe that some of you do not have the cognitive ability not to go on a rampage after being born?
Those born of the brood trees grow physically at an unnatural rate, but the mind grows slowly. No dragon broodling controls itself in its infancy.
I will note that down. Thank you.
But
Bit-
there are other ways dragons are created.
Natural ways.
Out of character. Ah, yes, the mating rituals.
Oh my.
No, in character.
In every campaign, there's a bard. You know?
Doesn't have to be a player, just has to be there. No, in character, Moose has begun noting down. So, noting down, the trees are broodling trees?
Brood trees is what they're called.
Brood trees. Which is the reason for the accelerated growth. And there are natural born.
Yes.
If I may ask, are you considered more elemental than dragon?
Flataire looks at you.
I am a true flame dragon from the elemental plane of fire, born of love and of scorching terror. These,
He gestures over at the other three that wince and like lower their heads from him.
are abominations, born of your world with your wrongs, stolen from my kin.
They cannot help where they were born.
Stolen?
Okay.
What
I mean,
my friend is trying to express to you all. The brood trees appear to be some type of ritual that causes an accelerated growth of our kin. And he believes that this is occurring from the theft of one of his scales. Someone stole it from me.
Oh, I'm gonna look at Trivial.
okay, well, now I think now.
Trivial hasn't shared
So-
that with any of you yet.
Oh, sorry.
So the brood trees are then not something that you are doing intentionally. It's something out of your control currently.
The brood trees are created through mortal magic.
Hmm.
I want my scale back, and for the one who stole it from me to be tossed into my lake.
We might agree with you on that.
there's-
Trivia will fish the scale out of her bag.
You got me.
Would your scale happen to look like this?
You hold up a large brown scale, and the moment you hold it up, you see the young brown dragon like beelines it over towards you before the void dragon puts its wing out to stop it. And it seems to be skittish enough of the big one. Oh, mute yourself when you're not talking, please. Sorry.
That scale appears to be a part of that little one.
And the brown dragon seems to be like circling around looking at you. Ow!
So, hold on. Jerome.
Yeah?
How big are the scales on the brown dragon?
A lot smaller than the scale Trivial's holding up.
That's interesting. Trivial, where did you get that?
I pried this off of the top of the tree in the arena.
The brew tree.
Yes.
Is that why it shrank?
I believe that may have contributed to it. As soon as I pried it up, the tree collapsed in on itself and became the sapling.
Flataire begins approaching towards you, Trivial, and once it's looming over top of you, you feel that intense magmatic heat radiating from it. This thing is as hot in its body as outside is when the sun's at its apex. And it looks closely at the scale. Then it looks over at the brown dragon. Ooh. Trivial, you get the sense that he's telling you.
He wants me to move? Oh.
That's what he said.
Oh man.
As you
Where
step,
to and how far?
as you
You say
immediately
jump, how
step
high?
out of its way, you watch as Flataire lunges at the brown dragon at an incredible speed, latching its massive head over top of that one and breathing an exhale of intense flames into it as you all watch the young brown dragon struggle before collapsing still to the ground.
That's
I'm not sure I understand what just happened.
terrifying.
Flataire
No doubt it
just
was terrifying.
killed the young dragon in one shot.
There's a
But
message
why?
in Moose's head of like, do you think we could still take that back for the augment and get paid?
The brown dragon?
As the two of you are having this conversation, the void dragon begins growling as well, but it sounds almost like an echoing hiss when it comes out of it.
I told you, no violence in my den.
Flataire lifts up the dragon by the back of the neck with one of his claws
It is missing a spot.
and tosses it to the ground. Then he gently plucks your scale from you, Trivial. Do you resist?
No, I think I'm not gonna be stupid today. He can have it.
Real
I'll
question.
also suggest to Liara that she bring out the sapling. They might want to take a look at it.
Maybe.
The real question is, do you want to die?
Flataire holds the scale over the missing scale in the back of the neck of the young dragon, And although size-wise they are incompatible, shape and placement, they are perfect matches. And then he just tosses the brown scale behind him, not caring about it anymore. The other two are backing away.
As soon as I'm able to, I'm going to go get that scale.
Blater will continue walking.
The abominations are being replicated. Mimicries of the true ones.
Oh. That makes sense. Reyna, this is your Voskarvin's your neighbor. You talked to them about it.
Is that who you think? And I'm talking to the flame dragon. That scale, would that have come from Voskarvin?
I do not know what Voskarvin is. She is the one who kicked you out of her den.
Oh.
Okay, previous interactions.
Of course.
Do I call him Lord or just Flater?
My name is an honorific of its own nature.
You all can easily tell this creature has way more pride than any creature you have ever encountered before.
The spirit of Imperial is strong with this one.
He's a dragon.
Flater, would you permit us a search of your magnanimous body for a missing scale?
Roll me a persuasion.
Can I roll with advantage?
If you want to use your session inspiration for that, go for it.
I want to use my session inspiration to possibly not die. God damn it. It's automatically switched back off of it.
Yeah, just roll again. Fine. 9's not going to cut it.
Are you sure about that?
9's not going to cut it. Are you flashing that genius, buddy?
I'm flashing a genius. Did somebody give me guidance?
Nope. Nobody said it.
I flash a genius, and that's it.
So, flash a genius gives a +4, so 13?
Yep.
13's not a complete failure. 9 is an insult. 13, Flater snarls at you.
You suggest I would ever lie about my scale stolen from me? I come to this world tracking the one who took it. To find these abominations flourishing. Insults to me, my kin, our legacy.
As it looks over towards the Void Dragon, with the smallest hint of respect.
I'm going to step down from my position on Reyna's shoulder, and I'm going to flatly say, I was actually thinking if they stole more than just one scale.
Or to know that it was yours and not another's.
I'm going to take a slight sidestep from Reyna.
Flater will approach closer towards you all.
It would be useful to know if more than one flame dragon was affected.
You mortals are fond of trickery.
Mute, I'm muting you. Mute, I'm muting you.
If one of you wishes to look, another gives me their arm, my mouth,
Out of character. That's some fucking tier shit right there.
I've got an arm.
He'll look over at you, and out of everybody he's interacted with thus far, Casimir, you almost sense like that made him respect you a tiny bit. You know, like you're a little better than the dirt. Like you're the worm in the dirt.
Yeah.
He will
Have I
unlatch
gained
his
fly
jaw
status?
and holds it wide open. The massive maul itself could easily fit most of your body in there, and it just hovers, expecting you to place your arm inside.
And I will do so.
Casimir, it is blisteringly hot where your arm is, as if you're sticking your arm into an oven.
Then search.
Everybody
I
else,
will
if you would like... Okay. Well, all of you may participate in this check of an investigation.
Sweet.
All right.
I'm gonna ask if Raina's gonna help me.
Yeah, I
Yes,
If
was,
you
I
would like to.
can't.
Fine.
like I'll pick him up and help.
Yeah, Moose. Casimir, I'm sorry. You could guidance somebody, but right now your arm, like, you're helping. You're helping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guidance on
I'll
someone.
guidance.
Who?
I'll give guidance to Moose. He's looking.
Alright,
Trivial,
Kaz-
have guidance.
All right. Trivial, go ahead and add a d4. And Sebastian, you can roll yourself. So dirty 20, 23. Both of you find that in this creature's... Oh, she rolled as well. It was just a GM roll for some reason. It's fine.
Ah, gotcha.
Both of you, after searching across the body of this dragon for about a minute, find a total of 6 spots that are vacant on it. 6 missing large scales.
I'm going
During
to...
this time, Casimir, I need a con save from you. Let me
Sorry,
look
bro.
at its breath weapon.
About a 20d6.
Oh, it's not that many d6s. They're actually d10s.
Here.
12d10.
Actually, we were both wrong. Ooh! That's
It's
enough,
actually
man.
d20s.
Don't worry, it's not actually breathing on him. It's just you're going to be taking a good chunk of damage.
It's just the ambience of the room.
Yeah.
Oh my dear. Yeah.
Don't worry, Casimir, I got some aloe vera cream.
Actually, fuck that. I'm just going to roll it in here because it's so many dice.
Oh god.
1/4 of this. Half as much because it's not exhaling on you, and half as much again because you did succeed the con save. What is that? There we go. Give it a second as the dice load.
Never a good sign.
This is... Flater is,
Oh.
Yeah, Flater's kind of massive. So during the time that you
man.
have your arm in its mouth, that's 53 halved again down to 27. So you suffer 27 points of fire damage, Casimir, from keeping your arm in the mouth and staying that close as it's just offhandedly exhaling on you.
Nice. Got it.
Damn.
I'm
Also, I
going
need you to give me a wisdom save, Casimir.
Meow.
Oh,
Solid.
you actually feel an intense anger like roll over you that almost turns into like a blind rage, but somehow you manage to still your mind. Probably for the first time ever.
Moose is going to like scurry on over to Casimir going to like crawl up a leg and start wrapping up his arm. And it's going
After
to
you
say
all-
there are a total of 6 spots that are missing a scale.
Flatera will withdraw its mouth. Then look down at you, Casimir, head held high, looking at your like scorched arm that is like significantly sunburned right now.
You may worship.
Thanks. He
That's
shakes
not
it
a
a bit
thing.
and heals it.
Hey, you've earned its respect high enough to be able to be a worshiper.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry, but like the concept of just like you've survived enough pain to worship me. Be amazed.
I love dragons so much, guys. They're fun. Anyway.
Sorry, my first thought was like, Catholics.
Oh.
No, bad Reina.
Anyways.
No religion here.
So, there are 6 replicants in this world. Well, by the sounds of it, 4. Thanks to them.
Flatare unleashes its wings and in one push is now up towards that 100-foot opening.
Where are you going? To murder my clones.
Do you know where they are?
I will find
Do you know who took them? The scales from you?
you. All will find that and bring me its head.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Derek, could you please not burn down any villages?
You dare attempt to control my might? They dare to save their home, you imbecile!
I have half a mind to actually like say something that could be considered like backtalk to it, but at the same time, I don't want to die yet.
Hey, it only likes Casimir. And that's a little.
I'll stand behind Cat. No. I'm going to
Aw.
look over at the Void Dragon.
The Void Dragon seems to be locked in a gaze with Flatir.
Well, there's no easy way to ask this again. Well, actually, I kind of gotta ask this. There's a greenish creature that spawned from one of these trees, which seems to nullify magic.
Flatir looks down over at you, Moose.
Are you lying? No!
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I'd have a heart attack the moment I lied here.
Where did they get one of the Mithrera?
It shouts out in Draconic again.
I do not know. I believe when we came here, we removed all of them.
I don't want to interrupt, but I think the entirety of this world needs a bit of clarity at the moment. We've only ever known about very specific species of dragon. History in its entirety has only had a few. And the mere presence of Later and his kin, as well as I'm gonna look at the wind dragon and the sea dragon. They're extremely new. The brown dragon, kept to itself, is actually a ruler of a city at the moment. City and mountain range.
As you
And
say that,
it's-
you do see Flatir looks over at the void, and the void shakes its head no. But continue. Your passive's pretty high. You notice things.
And being able to talk to an inside source, so to speak, as to the greater world out there will help us immensely in helping get everything set in order.
Roll me a persuasion roll, Moose.
Here's open. Can I flash a genius?
+4, 17.
Mhm.
That's high enough to coax its ego. You're very strategic about stroking its ego, by the way.
I think I've
Oh
survived
my.
because of this.
Your world is puny, small, nearly a fragment of the greater scheme. Your experience and history, though long, is short in experience.
I just
There
nod
are
my
other
head.
worlds connected to this one. Many of my kin adapted to them long ago. We adapted when we left this plane to our new homes. We took them by force. I come from the plane of the flames. A perpetual scape of heat, magma, and a never-ending fire. The weak ones come from respective lanes.
He says that as he looks over at the wind and the sea, that both are actively cowering away from him as far away as they can.
When we all came to this realm, your universe, we left our home in search of a new conquest. And there are some greater than your chromatic you. Greater than your metallics. Though most of those greater ones are nearing the end of their span.
He says as he looks over at the void dragon.
Betari. I guess a familiar word to you all would be Mithril. The name of one of the original. The one who dominated civilizations from sheer presence. And a bark of neutering what you all feebly call magic. The one we betrayed brought us to this realm.
He eyes closely towards the void dread.
Guess you just didn't do a good enough job.
And I think that's where we are ending the session, everybody. Lore dump! Woo! Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this content. And if you want to support us a little further, join us on our Patreon. We will see you all next time.